Hello painters, it's Debbie from acrylicpouring.com, back today for a swipe because it seems like an age since I did any swiping, and it's one of my favourite ways to create a painting. So these are the colours that I've selected. What I've decided is I want to do a wide band swipe. So I want to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bands of colour, wide bands, and then swipe one colour over the next. So I'm going to start with cream. I don't have a cream coloured paint, so what I've done is mixed some, just some titanium white with a dot of the yellow ochre and made this nice kind of cream colour. So this is going to be my colour up at the top. This will be my lightest. And then I have gold because I have to have metallic or gold in absolutely everything I do. So that's that one. And then I selected these three others, a burnt sienna, a burnt umber and a black. And I was thinking, you know, that's a shame because I've only got one metallic. And if all paints were metallic or shiny, I would be happy. So I'm thinking, is that going to look odd? I wish that these were shimmery. And that reminded me that I've got this. Now I bought this in the US when I was there for a conference and brought it back, and I picked it up off the shelf originally thinking, ooh, look at that, it's like a sparkly white paint, that looks nice. But in fact it's called Iridescent Medium, and I thought maybe I can mix this in with these other colours and maybe add a bit of sparkle to them so that they don't look so out of place next to my gold metallic. So that's exactly what I've done. I've taken the burnt sienna there and mixed it with a little bit of the iridescent medium. You can't really see very much in there. It does have a bit of a sparkle, so I'm not sure really how much to add. I added around, I would say, a third. So if I had 1 tablespoon of paint, I added a third of a tablespoon of the iridescent medium, and then I mixed all of my paints today in my usual recipe, which was 2 parts paint to 1 part Floetrol, water as needed to get them to a creamy consistency, and then all of my paints also have the treadmill belt lubricant. So for a paint mix of about this size, probably can't tell because I can't show you the side, I've added 2 drops of treadmill to that one. While we're talking about my mix and my Floetrol, I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to a lovely lady called Margie. She came over to visit the Cayman Islands and she dropped me a message to say she'd love to meet up, and much to my surprise and delight, she brought me some Floetrol. So all paint smugglers to the Cayman Islands are very welcome. Thanks very much, Margie. I really enjoyed meeting you, and thank you very much for the Floetrol. That's going to keep me going for a very long time. So that's my burnt sienna, and then I did the same with my burnt umber, and this one is a little bit lighter, so the paint here is quite dark, but once I added the iridescent medium it has gone a little bit lighter, and of course it'll do that with the Floetrol in there anyway. And then the black, I'm not going to add any sparkle to the black because I think that would probably be a waste. I don't think it would show. So now I've got the cream, gold, burnt sienna, burnt umber, both with the iridescent medium and the black. So I'm going to clear my surface, get my canvas ready, and then let's do a swipe. So I've got the edges of my canvas prepared. I've gone around and just painted them all black to start with, just so I don't have to worry about my swipe covering the sides. And I'm going to start with my black. Oh, there's a hair. Let's get rid of that one before we start. And put my darkest colour down first because I'm thinking this will be the bottom of my painting. So I'll just lace them out, and I think probably spread it with my knife will be the easiest way. And I want it to be not entirely straight. So although I've got it there in a layer, I've not worried about making it a straight line, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to need to make sure I clean off my knife each time. So there's my black, and then my next colour is this one. This is the darker of the browns. We layer this one out next. I probably should have drawn myself some kind of guidelines or something on my canvas to start with, just so that I get my kind of fifths worked out properly. Too late now. So now I'm going to swipe each layer as I go, and swipe this colour now down over that colour, and then the next one will be swiped over this one, and so on, and we will see what happens. So I'm just going to take the edge of this paint and swipe it lightly over there. I don't need to swipe the whole way, I just want to actually take the edge, and let's see what happens. And of course I will need to wipe my playing card each time to make sure that I'm not transferring the black paint up into the brown. And then we'll see what happens. So as you can see, I'm doing a narrow swipe, and I'm not worrying about getting it perfect, because I quite like for the colours to show through. So I am happy with that. That is good for me. Make sure I clean my card off, because I like, if I swiped over the whole thing, it would look a bit too uniform to me. So now I'm going to go with this next brown colour, which is a little bit more ready, and this one then gets swiped over that one. I think that's good. Let's swipe again. My playing card is still in good shape. So now I'm going to take the edge of this colour and swipe it over this one. And if it goes a little bit down into the black too, that won't be the end of the world. But let's see what happens. And the last one just there. So I've made just a little thin bit just here, so I'm just going to draw that paint back over. I think that will be good. Let's clean that up. Certainly seem to go through a lot of paper towel when I swipe, because obviously I have to keep making sure everything is clean. Oh, and I've got it everywhere. Ugh. Okay, so my next colour, that's those two. My next one is the gold. Plenty of gold. So again, I'll do the same. I'm just going to draw it up to the edge, let it dribble a little bit over the side, and then match to meet up with that other colour there. So now I'm going to swipe again. My card's still in good condition, so I'm going to swipe the gold over that other colour. And let's see what we get. I'm probably going to be a bit more generous and swipe the gold all the way down. A bit more like that, because I really like gold, so the more gold I've got, the happier I will be. And maybe a bit more here, I could do a bit more. Just take it right down that side. There we go, that looks good. And now my final layer, the cream. Oops. Okay, so again, I'm just going to tidy it up with a little bit with my palette knife before the swipe. I probably don't need to. We'll just send it over the edge there. That's good. And up at the top, so that it covers that top edge of my painting, because I think that will look nice. I can always fill that little bit in at the top there with my dribbles. So here we go, last time with my playing card. Make sure it looks clean before I start, so I'm not transferring the colours. And then let's take this cream down over the gold. That looks nice. I think this bronze is not the nicest colour. Well, it looks good against the black. And I'm just going to use my palette knife now and just tidy up where I've made it a little bit thin there in the cream. So looking good, I think, and the cells are lovely. Just look at what these look like. I love the way that the swipe makes such interesting cells, and here we've got all the layers kind of coming together. So a lot of the swipes I've done of the gold and the cream, I've brought that down a little bit further because those tend to, for me, be the more interesting colours, the ones that give me more of a pleasing finish. But as we go down here, all the colours kind of layer in together, and they all blend in. So here you get the reddy brown coming more over the other one, and at the bottom the black there, all the colours coming into the black. So I really hope that those are going to stay, and it'll be interesting also to see the iridescence in them. At the moment I can definitely see, where's my finger, just here, I can definitely see that there's a shiny iridescent look to that brown paint that it certainly would not have if I hadn't added that iridescent medium to it. So it's definitely made those other colours look more metallic and blend in a lot more with the gold than they would have done otherwise. So I'm very happy with that. So I'm just going to go around with my brush and finish up the few little bits around the edges, and then dry it, varnish it, and show you what it looks like when it's finished. So here it is finished, glossed, varnished, ready to go off to a new home. And I have to say, I really like it. The iridescence that the iridescent medium has given to these other colours is really good. So now it's not just the gold that looks metallic. Where it moves over these other colours and where the other colours move over the black, they're really sparkly too, so it does look really, really nice. So I should definitely be using this iridescent medium again, looking for every opportunity to add that little bit of sparkle to my paints. So if you like a little bit of sparkle, then try some of that and add a bit of sparkle and glitter more to your life too. Thanks very much for watching. Hope to see you on acrylicpouring.com very soon.